Hello everybody, Shinobi here once again with another Awaken Kyocera video. So as you must have seen in the YouTube channel of Awaken Kyocera, they have introduced the new hero Levi. So let's just quickly look at that video and then we can talk about what the skills of the hero is based on what the video is saying. Okay, so it's just going to be an introduction of him. We'll be able to talk about him more when he actually comes in game. Alright, so that was a pretty short intro video by Ace, but at least it shows certain things about the hero. Okay, so we do know that from what is being seen on the video, we can see that he's an attack based hero. Okay, and his looks also look pretty awesome. Of course, he's an Attack on Titan hero. Okay, so obviously just as awesome as the game as the anime is, he also needs to be just as good in the game. So let's see how good he can be within the game. We know that he doesn't have a passive second skill, he's just got a special skill. So he's purely an attack based hero with an S tier attack, okay, a 1211 attack. I'm not really sure how high this would be because most of the index, if you look at the index, all the heroes have got their base attack at level 70, but here in this video it is showing the base attack at level 60, but 1211 I think doesn't fall at the top end at all. I don't think so. I think like it may be at the medium tier kind of stuff, not at the topmost end. Like if you look at say, let's just quickly I wanted to check out how that would be when you compare with someone like say Geronel, because from his skills that was shown on the video, it seems like this hero is probably a single target hero and not a AoE damage kind of hero. So he's possibly going to be a single target one. If you look at Lydia's base attack at level 70, it is 1608. Okay, that's at level 70. So I'm hoping, would he reach there close to Lydia, or like Urian at 1608? Okay, then if you look at Geronel, it will be 1592. So I think it should reach somewhere around that. That's only a speculation. I don't know if it would reach to that level or not, but depending, I think like it possibly would be reaching to that kind of a stat, you know. Like I don't want him to be at level 70 to be at a base stat of 1400. Even 1400 would be considered quite high as S tier. Like 1455 is Nero's attack, and he's still considered an S tier. So I don't want him to be at 1400 something. He should at least be 1500 or something higher than that, to be really, really awesome. But then his skill set is also quite different, it seems. Okay, so let's check further. If you look at okay, let's first also talk about his other stats. So he's got a B tier health, B tier defense, A tier speed, 106 base speed. That can be, I think like would be around 110 or 114 if he's at level 70. Yeah, so this is without masteries obviously. Okay, so and crit rate, of course he's got an A tier crit rate. So let's just look at the rest of the stuff. Of course, the animations and the look are really awesome, and he does look like they are arrived from sea, so they are going to be in the same faction as that of Halia. Obviously they are from overseas, so yeah. Okay, so they are in the same faction as Halia. Let's quickly then look at, okay, so it seems like this one is possibly his ultimate. This attack over here is possibly his ultimate. And he's got 3 dodge on him. Gosh, we don't know how many turns this dodge is going to be. It does look like he's got 3 dodge on him, so he's got 3 dodge up, and we don't know how many turns it's going to be on. But getting a dodge on an attack based hero is a really good skill. Like, imagine Lydia's dodge. Okay, of course that's her that's not a kind of a buff on her in the sense that, you know, we can simply avoid it, but this is going to be really hard to hit him back. Like, and he's a red affinity. That is, he's a fire affinity hero, so we are now getting a dodge hero in fire affinity, which looks like he's going to be pretty sneaky. Obviously, he's from the Scouts faction in Attack on Titan, and so he obviously has to be very sneaky, very fast, and very dodgy. So he has got that kind of a skill on him, which is coinciding with what multiplier looks pretty good. 8790 damage on a normal hit is pretty awesome on a level 60 hero. So he's possibly, I don't know if he's got masteries on him or not. Maybe he has mastery, but if he doesn't have any mastery on it, and if he's dealing that kind of a damage on a normal hit, that's going to be very high when it comes to a crit hit with crit damage. Okay, so that's going to be around 20,000-30,000 damage possibly. Okay, that's level 60 as well, so we don't know how high it's going to be at level 70, and if you give him masteries, it's going to like one shot the opponent over there. But of course, it's a bachelor lord. He's also he's not very tanky per se, but if you're, I don't know, possibly if you're hitting someone who's got like pretty tanky, I think like he should be able to one shot them, because he's single target, and that kind of a damage, 8790, looks pretty good. So I'll show you the number over here. Yeah, so 8790, and he also is gaining 2 dodge up out there. So if he's hitting someone, he's possibly going to gain a lot of dodge as well. So let's look at his second skill. Okay, so that's another of his skills. So he is going to deal, I think like this is possibly his special, because that's what the specials and image was showing, with a sword flying out. And again, this is possibly a single target one, even though they are showing multiple swords in the skill icon. I can only see one sword over here, and that one is also like pretty awesome. So let's look what kind of a damage is this one is dealing. The damage number 11,819. So I think like this is possibly his ultimate and not his special. Okay, possibly the other one was his special. I'm not sure now. I'm really of course we don't know, because they're not given us the description of the skills as per se. So we can just imagine that this one is possibly his ultimate, because that's what is dealing the higher damage, 11,818, and he's also gaining an attack up from it. Okay, so that's attack up is for 2 turn, and that attack up is not a single attack up, it's an attack up 2. So that's a huge buff on him. Okay, it's an attack up 2 rather than attack up 1. So that's really good, really good. So he's going to be a really good single target nuker. Okay, so you got a fire-based single target nuker. Possibly, I don't know if you can use him in Tulpa as well, because he's going to deal a huge amount of damage and he's going to dodge. His survival is based on his dodge. Okay, so that's a lot of RNG involved in it. Okay, and his health is only B tier, his defense is only B tier, so he's not going to be pretty high tanky. It's not even A tier to make him tanky enough, but at the same time, I think like because of his dodge, he's got like 2-3 dodge. He's constantly getting dodge on himself, so it's possibly going to be pretty good in, like, you know, surviving. So if there are people, so if he doesn't have the other heroes, especially in PvE, they are not going to have a lot of precision on them. Okay, and they're not going to get any, they're not going to increase their precision unless of course someone is placing that buff on themselves. I think like he should be able to dodge quite a lot of hits. Okay, so 11,818 hit damage from that, with a base attack of 1200. as his level 60 is going to be a huge amount of damage. Okay, so even at level 60 he's going to deal a huge amount of damage. So if he's got crit rate, crit damage on him, if you're maxing it out, this one is at least going to be 3 times that much. So yeah, you can expect a huge damage from him on as a single target hero. Okay, so that's his let's look at the third skill. So that's when he got his attack up. Again, at the third skill, he has gained, he seems to always have the dodge on him. So I don't know if his trade is going to give him that kind of a dodge on him at the start of the turn or in the start of the round. I'm not sure if he's going to gain that dodge. We don't know if it's going to be gained per battle or not. But it seems like he does gain it before he starts his attack. So getting 3 dodge up is very high. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that looks like a different kind of an attack, but okay, so that's a multi-hitter. That's oh my gosh. So I'm possibly confused. Yeah, this is a multi-hitting one. Okay, so I can't really say which one, which kind of a hit this is. Okay, so I'm just thinking the first skill is possibly his basic, the second one is possibly his ultimate, and this is possibly his special. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about it now. So I'm sorry, I'm only speculating over here. So let's look at what kind of damage he's dealing with his multi-hitter second. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 hits, each around and averaging around 850, I think 855. So yeah, so that's 850 damage per hit and 9107 as the ultimate. So that's around like, so you have 850 into 5, 800 into 5 is basically 4,000 plus 9107. So that's awesome. That's a huge hit. Okay, so it's around like 14,000, 13,000, 14,000 damage from that single hit without any crit rate on him. So all his skills are dealing a lot of damage, but this hit is only giving him, like, you know, dodge up and not giving him any attack up per se. So he's only going to gain 2 dodge from that hit. So all of his hits are giving him some dodge, and all of his one of his hit is giving him attack up. So basically the one that is giving him attack up is possibly going to be his ultimate, and then he does his ultimate, gains attack up, gains a couple of dodge, and then goes back and uses his special without any attack up on him. His special was dealing around 13,000 damage on him, and so I think like the with his attack up he's going to deal a lot more damage, because he's anyhow going to get an attack up too, so that just increases his attack by 50%, and then yeah, it's just like going to be dealing a huge amount of damage based on what I can see on this video. Okay, so I think like this hero is going to be a really good hero, just like, you know, Geronel, possibly a replacement for Geronel. To, of course not a replacement for Geronel, because she's like an AoE hitter, but at least he can, like, you know, nuke single target and possibly one shot Mythacia, one shot any other enemy nukers. Not going to be really good against water hero because he's anyhow fire, but at least he's a fire hero. He's not an LD hero, so that means that if you get him even from summons, you can possibly ascend him up using the essence and potions, and that makes things good, right? So that's what I want the heroes to be within the game. So I think like yeah, Levi is going to be a really good hero. Sorry. So I think like Levi is going to be a really good hero when it comes to you know, dealing single target nuking stuff. Okay, in PvE I would expect him, in PvP of course he's going to be good in arena, but in PvE I would expect him to be used in possibly in Tulpa, maybe in Witch of the Wind. He's got good speed, but he doesn't have that ATS speed. But in Witch of the Wind, you don't need someone to clear the waves, right? So maybe Natalia, him, Levi, Florence, and possibly Zetlin. I don't know. we will have to test him out after we get him. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see that. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, you know, because they are Attack on Titan heroes, they're not going to be weak heroes, and we can see from the damage that was dealt by them, they are not, certainly not on the weak category. But I'm not really sure if they are going to be overpowered, if they are going to be in the SS tier kind of stuff, triple S tier kind of stuff. But we will have to test that out. But from the damage that I can see, without any crit rate on them, they look pretty good. Okay, they look pretty good, and I'm quite excited with the buff on him, all those dodge that you're going to get. So it's going to be like a new kind of a hero, and it's going to be very difficult to face him in arena because of all those dodge. So you know how difficult it was to deal with Lydia comps, you know how difficult it was. So he's just now a fire hero that has got the same thing that Lydia has. So it's going to be really difficult to face him. Okay, so let's see how we will be. We got another few more days. On 11th we'll be getting those events started on, and then yeah, we will see how good he's going to be. So wait for the video, and if I hope I can get him. Once I get him, I will certainly be testing him out. Wait for those videos. So until then, see you guys. Peace, love and blessings to all of you. Bye.